Recording. Okay, so just find your feet. Notice your feet on the ground and feeling the contact with your feet on the ground. It was something that Eva was actually emphasising a lot this morning. So yeah, I'll try and get our the class from this morning up on YouTube ASAP. So sink the hips, lengthen through the spine. Just take some slow, deep breaths. So you really want to get in your posture. Relax the shoulders and just create some space. So you've got, you imagine, one thing that Eva likes to say is to imagine you've got a warm bread roll under each of your arms. You know, maybe you've run out of room in your shopping basket or something. And you just lengthen up through the head. So yeah, real life and Zoom classes, I will be continuing teaching a lot of my classes on Zoom. I'm just finding it really fun. But I will hopefully be getting a couple of my real life classes back. But I won't be doing that many because I'm trying to avoid using my car because of the planet. So I'm trying to do my little bit. But I'm hoping to do some more day retreats and things. So you know, when we're back to normal, it'll probably be next year, I should think, before we're all completely back. Just judging by the last pandemic, but you know, some day retreats and just to kind of, it's still quite nice to have a kind of face-to-face element. So that's where the kind of day and half day retreats will come in quite handy. So we're just relaxing around the hips, we're sinking down. You're feeling your feet. You want your toes pointing forwards and the knees pointing where the toes point. And just breathe in and breathe out. And then turn the waist. I mean, if the weather gets really nice, I might go back to my back doorstep for some of my classes. Although you do get the train lines, but so we're just turning, we'll do some loosening and a warm-up, and then we're looking at snake creeps down. We started, we're going to do it in bits. Gently breathe in, gently breathe out. Soften the knees, lengthen through the hips, lengthen through the spine, sink the hips. So you want to keep your arms, they want to be really quiet and kind of understated. You're breathing, you're nice and relaxed. And just let go around the jaw. And you're aiming your weight to the Chuan point in each foot, the bubbling well. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to do the inside turn. Keep your breathing natural and relaxed. Relax the elbows, the wrists, the shoulders, and the arms. And breathe in. Okay, now this time, come back to the middle. Now we're going to do the outside turn, but we'll do it really slow. So again, you want your chin resting on the small ball. You want to get your lengthened posture through the spine. You just transfer your weight nice and slowly. Turn so that you're turning the opposite way. If you have a look at my knees, you want your knees in line with the toes, and then you transfer the weight and turn. So I'll see Barry tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Horrible. So him and Emma's teaching a class as well. Sort of a relaxation class, I've just found out. So I can't make it because I'm already teaching, but it's like an evening. It's an evening class of chilling out. Keep breathing. Relax your hands. Relax the wrists and the elbows. Okay, now go a little bit quicker. Now we know that our knees are correctly lined up, and just let the arms be moved by the turning of your waist. Yeah, good. And we're taking it easy today because snake creeps down's a bit tricky, so we want to make sure we've got lots of room in the body, and we're giving ourselves time, and we're giving ourselves space. And we're breathing. Oh, marvellous. Okay, back to the middle. Take a slightly wider stance. And then we're going to do this one. But you want to really watch the alignment of your knee with your toe when you're doing this one. So you've got to be very aware and mindful with how you are moving. So, because it can be quite tempting for your knee to not be in line with the toes, you want to resist that temptation and do things correctly. How we do? That's it. Okay, taller through your spines, everybody. So you're floating through the head. Okay, and then raise the arms. Raise the arms. So we'll have a look at the Tai Xu exercise as well, actually, because that's having an understanding of structure is really useful for snake creeps down. Okay, have a little shake out. Check your posture. Sink the hips, lengthen through the spine. So yeah, with this class, I'm leaving it as it is. I was offered some funding to have some extra people in it, but I feel like we're getting somewhere. So I'm actually making a new class that they can pay me for instead. So, because then I don't really want to lose the momentum. This is kind of, it's progressed because we've been running for about a year now. It's sort of turned into a bit of a more advanced sort of intermediate level class, and I'd like to keep it that way. So relax the lower back. So you're opening here, and then we'll do this one. There we go. So, okay, keep going. I'll have a little look. So keep the arms in front of the body. Practice your soft focus gaze. Sink the shoulders. So you want to. Okay. Pause for a moment. You want to avoid lifting in your shoulders. It's more that the arms are separating, and it's more you want to sink. You want to really get into that sinking of the hip, because we'll be needing these sinking later. And then when you sink your shoulders, you're also creating some space. Keep going. Okay, and then turn the palms up. Okay, and then change. So I'll wait for the weather to get a little bit better, and I'll do some videos outdoors because there's more room outdoors and it can be easier to see. I'm going to be doing the whole of the 24-step form, broadsword, dragon serves teacups, and white tape offers fruit, and loosening again. So should all be good. Okay, just let the arms drop. Just remember that I better send Mike a reminding email to remind him he's supposed to be sort of this week or next week popping in to do some applications. But he might have forgotten, so I'll just send him I'll pause the recording, send him a quick email. Okay, just get the arms, really turn your waist. So think about the waist turning. Remember, you're moving from a very calm and quiet place. So it's all like, there we go. And breathing. So what's the other? I've been reminded by Jane Jones again to remind people of the Tai Chi fitness on a Tuesday. which is a lot more palatable than my Friday morning class, because it's really chilled. It's like a cross between the health and the fitness, so it's this very nice chilled thing. Do get in touch if you're interested. I'll get in touch with Jane Jones and Forever Active. They're running it. They've had the funding. So, yeah, very good. Okay, and change. So the plan with Snake Creep down the Golden Cockerel, we'll do it in bits and put it together at some point. But we're just getting all the bits. We're getting all the components correct. So it's this beautiful thing. Okay. Right, while I remember, I'll just send a quick email to Mike. Okay, so Dragon serves teacups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands on the hips, 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, nice and relaxed. Hang on, I'm just going to go back to just turn that down a bit. Okay, so yeah, we'll just start with this. So we'll just do rooting down, wild goose, and parting the clouds. And then wild goose. So get your arms really light. We'll do Master Chung's exercise as well, just to get the arms nice and light. And then change to part the cloud. So you want to cross the hands, open, and down. Just let the arms relax. Check your posture. So you want to make sure you're correctly lined up. You're feeling nice and calm. You're feeling centered and connected to the ground. And then we're going to do this one. I'll show you this from the diagonal. So it goes 1, you breathe in. 2, you breathe out, sink the hips, extend the hands. 3, let the hands go. So it's like you've let the rubber band go and it's returned back. And then 4, letting go between the shoulder blades, letting go down the arm muscles. 1, 2. So while you're doing this with your arms, notice what you're feeling. Notice what you are sensing. 3 and 4. Show that from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting go between the shoulder blades, letting go down the arm muscles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. One, 2, 3 and 4. Let go between the shoulder blades, let go down the arm muscles. Just feel you've got lots of room in your body. Gently drawing the toes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting go between the shoulder blades, letting go down the arm muscles. One more time. Okay, Tai Xu, press palms. So you push down. We'll hold it for 10 in and out breaths. Change. Arms out. So you're spiraling the pointy finger in towards the thighs. Sinking down. So yeah, I've sent Mike an email to remind him. I can't remember if it was this week or next week. He said he was coming. He probably can't either, so he might turn up at 6. Then again, he might not. So. Keep breathing. So remember, you spiral release, spiral release. Okay, next. Supporting heaven. So you want your hands in front. You don't want them at the side of you. That'd be too much. And it's as if you're just sitting down. Okay, and then holding the ball. So you're underneath the ball, and then there's a spiral in this part of the arm. It goes like that, and then the spiral in the upper arm goes like that. So there's one spiral going in that direction, and there's one spiral going in that direction. Just do one spiral at a time. Cockerel can do both at the same time, but my brain doesn't. My brain would melt if I did that. So I just do them one at a time. Sink the shoulders. Go back a bit so I'm in shot. And then one hand down, like the first movement, and then the other hand comes over the top like this. So the Lao Gong point points up to the sky, but it's connecting to your back way point. And then you can turn that over there, so you get an extra special twist. You want to keep yourself level. The shoulder is sitting in your in the shoulder socket. We won't hold this for 10. Too much. Yeah, if you need to put your arms down, that's fine. This isn't boot camp. And you want to be upright. So use your picture in the square to see how you're getting on. And then we're going the other way. Just want to very gently, very soften. You want to very gently soften your muscles. And think of this upward feeling in the bones. And that one, number 6. Holding up the sky. So you want to sink down, you want to make sure your lower back is opening, the crown of your head is floating up through the back way point, and you're sitting your arms in your shoulder joints nicely. So I'm hoping to do this one every week so we can have super structure. Okay, I'm sure that's now 10. And then separating east from west. I'll phone them up while we have our water break. That might work. So again, look at your structure. You've got your sleepy tiger eyes. Feeling solid and relaxed. And then movement 8, opening the gate of life. Okay, have a little shake. So that was our Tai Xu exercise. Yeah, we'll pause for a quick water break, and then we're going to have a look at golden cockerel stands on left and right leg, and then we're also going to look at snake creeps down, but we're going to do them as separate things. This is fun. Hello, it's me. Are you coming at 6? Oh, good, great. He is coming at 6. Brilliant. All right, we'll carry on for a bit, and then see you at 6. Fab. Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot. Bye. Brilliant. Hooray! He is coming. I wasn't inventing it in my brain. How exciting! It's like waiting for Godot, isn't it? So what we're going to do now is we're going to just practice lifting our foot and pointing the toes forward, because when you do the golden cockerel, the style that Mike teaches, he has his toes pointing forward, and I'll show you that from the that's better. When he has his toes pointing forward, and then you've got a sort of 90, if you have a look at the knee, you've got a 90-degree angle with the knee and your toes forward, because then you've got a knee strike there, and you've also got a, I mean, obviously you'd be in shoes, and then you'd get them in the shin. And then what the other thing that's happening is with the hand. So you want to get your tiger's mouth or your lion's mouth, and that's like this. So it's not there, it's not there, it's along the diagonal, and then that all goes up like that together, and then at the same time you push down with the other hand, and that's like a counterbalance. So you've got a sinking this side and a raising the other. So you've got a yin side and a yang side, if that helps. So what we're going to do, we're just going to practice. Now you can just do it like that with cat stance. With cat stance like that. And then when you manage it, you can just raise the foot up, and we're just going to hold We'll do it faster, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hold it for this thing I've been doing with Eva, where we hold it for a count of 10 to 15. So remember, you want to keep your elbows down. So actually, have a look, because my elbow, all it does is bend. It doesn't actually move. Because what I want to do is I want to disturb this bit and this bit as little as possible. So if you have a look. So yeah, those of you that come to me Bottisham class, you can still watch the video after, so it's fine. You'll be getting to. I've got to remember to record it in the right thing. There we are. So let's do this for a bit. We'll do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. Let's see if we can hold it for a count of 15. Just out of curiosity. Don't worry, if you need to put your foot down, that's fine. So here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now 7, get your hips level. Before you go into 7, get your cat stance correct, get your hand correct, and then when you're ready for lift off, then you're going to lift off, then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! Someone's been practicing. And then we do it the other side. Yeah, it does help if you practice. I must remember that for my cello. I had not my worst cello lesson ever, but it was dire. I can't sight read, I'm rubbish. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, sleepy tiger eyes. 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. That's getting better. So the idea with the golden cockerel is you do your golden cockerel and you're like very present. It's golden, so you're undisturbed as well. Just completely still, and just even though you're standing on one leg, rock steady. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. See my. Oh yeah, I need my sticks for this bit. So, and then the other thing is I'm going to move the camera angle down a bit so you can see the sticks there. So for Snake Creeps Down, hopefully my head's still in shot. Yeah, for Snake Creeps Down, let me move this out of the camera shot as well. So we're like this, and then we go heel, toe. So look at where my feet are in relation to the stick. That's number 2. Number 3, we go like that. Number 4, you transfer the weight. Number 5, you twizzle. You twizzle on the balls of the foot. That's like the bad disco. Yep. Number 6, you put your weight there. And then number 7, go into cat stance. And then golden cockerel, as we did before. So I prefer to do the golden cockerel separate. And do them as 2 separate things because it's just too much otherwise. So this is the footwork for Snake Creeps Down. Let's just do the footwork and we'll do the arms after. This is a more industrial way of doing it. There is a more balletic way of doing it, but quite frankly, this way is better for applications, for your self-defense things. Because going all the way down, although it's very good for general leg strength and stretchiness, and it's how I practice it. If I was in a real life situation, I wouldn't do that. so here we go. There goes 1, 2, 3, 50-50, 4, 60-40, 5, twizzle, whoops, 6, But you don't want to go too far forward with the knee. It's still in line. And then 7. Right, how many times? Okay, 2 more times and then we'll do it the other side. 1, 2. So if you've got a broomstick, you could join in as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. One more time. One more time. So if you're practicing this at home, I use a broomstick, or I find a line on the pavement and then use that as a visual thing so I know where my feet are going. It's quite handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, let's do that on the other side. So have a look first. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm opening this hip. I'm opening this hip, but my knee's still in line with the toes. 6, 7. Okay. Right, 3 times, and then we'll do it with the we'll do the arms. 1, sink your hips. Sleepy tiger eyes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going no faster. 6, 7. So you can hedge your bets with a bit of a cat stance before you go into 7. You can just wait, make sure this is level, this is level, and then you can have lift off. It's just a lot easier. And if you rush into it, you can have a bit more of a wobble. Whereas if you take the time, it works. But let's do one more. Let's do one more, and then we'll have a look at the hands. 1, level, level, lengthened, relaxed. 2, quiet, still place. 3, no hurry. 4, transfer the weight. 5, twizzle. 6, sink. 7, cat stance. And then when you're sure, lift. Great. Okay, so have a look with the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it 3 times each side. And yeah. So it's like this. So you've got your hand. That's like in single whip. Some people do single whip like that. Mine's more like that, but this is more up here. And then your lao gong point. Your lao gong point is lining up with your chi hu point, your lung 1 point. So there's like yeah. So 1. And we'll hold the postures a bit just to kind of get it just so. And you're sinking your hips. Hips are level, shoulders level. 2, heel toe. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And hopefully your golden cockerel feels a bit more solid, because we've been doing it ad nauseum for forever, for the whole of the lockdown it seems. 1. Good posture. So this is like this. So you want to sink your shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. Right, once more we're feeling. Here we go. Because we better do the other side because Mike will be coming within the next 10 minutes, I should think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Other side. I'll just demonstrate it once and then we'll do it 3 times together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is left behind. This is like a stretch. 5, 6, and like someone's pulling on your hands and they let your fingers go. 7. So that's what that is. That's like an elastic band, and then it lets go, and then it comes up and swings up. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that bit. I just remembered it from. Okay, 1. Sink the hips. Sleepy tiger eyes. Very nice. Nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Breathing as well. 2. Make your movements clear. 3. Sink and expand. 4. Transfer the weight. 5. Feel the stretch and a push forward almost. 6. Push down, so make that stretch even more. 7. Release the stretch. And stand in your golden cockerel. Okay. I think we've got one left, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Great. So, okay, let's go through. So we've done grasp the tiger's ears. We turn, and we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna add the first golden cockerel. Stands on left leg, and then we're gonna go golden cockerel stands on right leg from the beginning. And then hopefully Mike will have turned up by then, and I'm asking him to show some of the. Oh, too high. I'm asking him to show some of the moves from. Let me move this bin out of the way so it doesn't trip on it. From the first half of the form, like some of the applications, because the other week we were looking at Part the Wild Horse's Mane as a Fargin exercise. I will mention that to him. Okay, so just go through the form to the second golden cockerel. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out and begin. That's it. So bring your hands in, and we just go through it. Just flow it. Just flow it. Don't worry about correctness of technique as such. More about getting the flow. I mean, we're all in a confined space, so it's going to be a bit harder. But you can still, you know, you might need to adjust every now and then because we're having to adapt for being in a small room instead of a nice big hall. And then we just do that. Part the Wild Horse's Mane. But we're just going to take our time. Pay attention to the movement throughout. Feel that you've got lots of room in the body, and don't worry too much that you know. There's always room for improvement, always room for improvement. But it's more about getting the feeling of the flow and the feeling of being still and clear. Side step, grasp the sparrow's tail, white crane spreads its wings, and then we'll go like this. We'll go back a bit, and then I will move this back a bit, down a bit, so you can see my feet a bit better. Now we've done the white crane bit, and then brush knee and push. Twist step, lengthen through the spine. Brush knee and push. Twist step, brush knee and push. Spear hand, a little bit further, closer for that. Sink down, raise the knee, play the peeper. Step back and repulse the monkey 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm mirroring, you're doing it the correct way around. Push forward, hold the ball, left cat stance. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Ward off, double-handed push. Use the whole of your body to move. You engage in the whole of the body, sink back, you turn, you push out, you gather under and hold the ball. Step, inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. Into single whip. Nice big single whip. So it's a big stance. Sink down like a light bulb going on. 60-40. Into wave hands like clouds. So we step out 3 times with the left foot. 1. Nice and smooth. Sink the hips. 2. 3. Into single whip. Nice and tall. Sink back. Now bring your left foot into cat stance and then high pat on the horse. Turn the waist. Put the foot down. Block over left leg. So this hand's open. Block over left leg. I'll come back a bit so you can see. And then kick with right leg. Now those of you that were there for the class, you can try and do the Farge in thing, but without losing your balance. I messed that up, didn't I? Into grasp the tiger's ears. Now sink back, turn. Push out, gather under, hold the ball. That's it. Now we lift up, we kick out, we do the Farge in thing, and then 1. Left cat stance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now I haven't got enough room that way, so I'm going to go this way a bit. 1. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, come in. 6, and 7. Great. Right. So I'd like to welcome Mike.
Hi.
Fabulous. So Mike, so what we've been doing in class, we were sort of talking about the sort of Farge in type movements, and that all the movements in Tai Chi can be used. You can use applications. So what I was hoping was Mike was going to show us some applications from movements from the first half of the form for a bit, and then maybe at some point in the future the second part because rather than throwing too much stuff on you. So.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, hi. I don't know who's there.
We've got a few. We've got 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5 people.
A couple of things before we start. One is, mostly we find that the movements as we do them in the form do not work even in scripted applications of the sort that we're going to show you. They always have to be adapted. Think of the form as being like a sort of fingering exercise for a musician. It's not the same thing as playing a tune. So if some of the movements look different, then that's why. Second thing is, this is not meant to be self-defense. Do not think that this is going to keep you safe in a violent situation, because it won't. I would no more try and use what I'm about to show you in a situation like that than I would try and write a history of England based on reading Shakespeare plays. It simply isn't going to happen. These are scripted exercises that we'll be doing. Real self-defense is a totally different area. It's connected, but we're not even going there. So bear that in mind when we're doing this. The idea is to really show you some kind of sense of why we do things, what the thinking behind it is. Because remember, Tai Xu was originally a martial art, and so when we see the forms were put together to help people practice ideas that they won fights with. But you know, they have a value in their own right. But that's the origin of it, I suppose. And it can show you why we do certain things in the way that we do it, and in particular, all the basic principles. You know, what happens in the feet, what happens in the legs, what happens in the hips and waist. Which is pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah, the arms come a long way behind all of that, and you'll see why. So you want the first half of the book?
Yeah, just maybe like the beginning part or part of the Wild Horses Main, or
Yeah,
different applications, maybe from just part of the Wild Horses Main, because there's going to be more than one application.
There's always more than one application. Let's do the opening.
Okay.
First,
yeah.
First of all, Tai Chi is short range. Short range means this. Yeah. If it's this, frankly, you've got enough room to run away. Yeah. And you know, just bear in mind that a lot of the martial arts that you see, they're very scripted. I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong, but they are very scripted. So everything is close in Tai Chi. So you grab my hands. Yeah, push hard. Yeah. So this is that. Yeah. This is what they call a Chinar application, gripping and holding. And a really important lesson for me was the first time I tried this, the guy who was holding my hand wouldn't fit it in the screen. He was massive, and for some reason he was trying to prove himself against me. So all I did was push really hard. That's what happened. It didn't work at all. So what would actually happen is, if Farah came to grab my hands, as she grabbed them, I would step backwards. We don't do that in the form because it doesn't fit in with the form. But there, if you watch slower this time, a little bit slower, just there. As she comes in, I wouldn't hold my hands up. As she comes in, I step back, and as she comes in, I take her up. In this case, actually, because she's going that way, she's going that way. This happens all the time. But there, so I take it into my back leg. Watch my back leg. Yeah, put your hands on my shoulders. Just push it into my shoulders. I don't need my arms. Well, I do, but from the point of view of the application, I don't need mine. So that's the opening movement. Essentially, it feels like this when you're doing it in form. You don't see that happening, but it feels like this. The next move in the form is this one, and it's one that I find a lot of people fudge because they're too keen on the hands, and the hands are already moving, coming slowly. Far comes in as though to attack or something like that. Yeah, I've taken the step. I'll be stepping on her foot, and more to the point, she's got her hand up, but this goes in. That's why you need to move your weight. There. Do that more slowly. There. Just standing here. There. I won't tread on the foot this time, but that would be an advantage, and that goes in. Striking all sorts of places. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because your elbow is hard and bony. If that doesn't work, if we're in this position and she grabs me there, right there, I cover with this hand. And another thing that often happens in the form is at this point, this hand kind of drifts away. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It ends up down there or out there or something like that. If it's not there, watch what happens. Yeah, well, you just hit me. Yeah, so that covers that hand. Grip my shirt. So it could come from anything. She could just come in and grip me and bring that hand.
So that's the closest.
There you go. Yeah. So watch that again.
With the other hand.
No, do it with that hand. There. She comes in, she pushes in. This foot is back. What I want to do, I don't want to stay here because this is going to happen. Bang. I don't want this hand down here because this is going to happen. Bang. This could bend in, all sorts of things. So you have to move the weight back. I stop her coming forwards anymore. I move her weight back, and that hyperextends her arm. So that's why my weight is now back here. And another area that often gets overlooked. And you can see what's happening already with her.
Yeah.
She's going down and down.
It's because he's hyperextending my elbow, and also sinking his. That's why you need to sink your hips, because then you can sort of mangle people better.
If I just try and do it with my hand here,
it's not going to work. And I've got this. Yeah.
It simply will not work. Feet, legs, hips, waist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because actually, even I don't. All I really have to do is this. Punch in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how strong my arm is. Yeah. She's got to get around my face. This is just comes after. If she grabs with the other hand, there, then here, what can happen is this. That's why the hand comes down. So there, boom, that stops her going forwards, that goes in there, through, and then I just snip. So again, it's all about your weight and your legs and so on and so forth. So just to remind you, I mean, this is what happens in the form here. So you need this hand up there, because without it, you're going to lose control, and you need to move your weight back. Far more important to move your weight back than to thrust the arm out. Yeah. And you've just seen what happens when an arm is overextended, and this is why we don't move the arms too much. I'm just going to push. I'm going to do this very gently, okay? But all I've really got to do is this. Yeah, because her elbow is overextended. Never lock your joints out in that sense. So that's the opening section.
Can I just say about the when we're doing I normally show it this way round, because then I'm mirroring. So we're doing this bit. We're coming in. What you're doing is you want to connect throughout the whole body. So when Mike was doing that on me and I was flying, it's because he was connected from his feet all the way through his legs and through his back right to the ends of his fingers, like when we do the loosening exercises. And it's all connected. You want to connect your whole body. Right.
And if you want to know what complicated exercise to do this one.
Yeah, rooting down.
Just that. So what's next? Parting the wild horse's mane. Okay, there's always more than one possible application, by the way, and some are more subtle than others. So, parting the wild horse's mane. Again, if I grabs my shirt here, there, yeah, then all I've got to do is to bring my hand round here, and I do this, and she'll fall over. She will. Honest.
I'm doing it. Not from rooting down.
Honest, she will fall over eventually. Yeah. Okay, that's how important the feet are. My arm couldn't move farther because my foot was here. When my foot is there, all I've got to do is sink down, as always, and I turn. And she's going to go. She can try and resist really hard. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down further. Or I can do it to me. If she has her foot out there, you have your foot in the wrong place.
On your place.
Yeah. Come over the top. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She can. So this is fun. Yeah. If she puts her foot in behind, sinks down.
Oh, sorry.
I can't do anything about it. So again, it's potentially a throw. This one. Some people say it's a strike. So I could strike to the throat. I think you'd have to have very hard fingernails to make sure you didn't break the fingers if you were going to do that. So I don't really regard that. You punch with that hand. There's the possibility that this could be a block. It's never going to be one strike. So if you do right left, 1, 2, there you go. There's the sequence. Do slowly, 1, 2. Yeah. So here, I've gone in just slightly to throw her off, come back, and then I could even do. But another possibility is that if you punch with the other hand.
Sorry, I might just keep this lead.
I don't care.
Okay.
No, here I've stepped out, and that's so. Do it slowly. She's going to come in and punch. I step. Yeah. So that's again the importance of the feet. Yeah. I can step with either foot. It doesn't matter. This is better because I can run away easier. But then I've still got that to deal with. So this comes in, connecting there and out, and that goes in towards the face. Yeah. So that's essentially what I'm trying to do is make contact, and if we push in slowly, I let her do it. Yeah. So if you imagine something like a chisel that you might chisel wood with, or an axe. Axes are sharp at one end and they thicken out, and it splits the wood. And this is the same thing. I'm not trying to push her arm across there, because she might do that. She might just be a lot stronger, a lot faster than me. I actually let her slide in, and I move my body, and she goes past me. So that's the kind of sliding in. So that's parting the wild horse's mane. Okay,
Well,
yeah.
there's there more for parting the wild
Oh, there's
horse's
loads
mane?
more.
Oh, we'll carry on with that one then.
So
There's no.
have your right foot forwards. So when we do parting the wild horse's mane, we do this. Yeah. Again, a lot of people forget things like this, turning the foot out. They're more interested in what the arms are doing than they are what's happening in the legs, and that's, we all make that mistake. So if I was got come this way a little bit so they can see more.
I can always change the angle of the thing.
So watch where my foot is. Don't do anything else at this point. Here, there. My knee is against Farah's knee. My weight is back. I turn my foot out and I push into her knee. Yeah, no hands. Turn the foot out. Move my weight forwards. Push into her. So, if we come this way a bit, here. When I bring my hands through here, it's this. I don't even have to touch her. On the other hand, what I could do, if you come in again there, so this is assuming she's close in there. Yeah, I could do this, which is the fingers jabbing in. But if you got the rest right, you don't need to do that. White crane spreads its wings is. So in the form, in white crane spreads its wings, we step sideways. That's never going to work in the application. Farah grabs my hand, she pushes in, I step back and I do this. And then from here, I just simply wrap my fingers around and I let my elbow drop. This hand comes over to cover the elbow. If that hand didn't come over, she could get out, she could strike me with the elbow or whatever. So I'm here, yeah, she's here. And it could be done with a punch. It's a lot harder if somebody's punching. Best thing is to duck. There, come up to here. Oh, sorry, I'll start from here because this is the position that we're in. Yeah, somebody's just grabbed your hand. They're pushing in. If she was pulling, I wouldn't do this. I would do something different. So she's pushing in, and I step back to here, yeah, and then to here, and again I can control the elbow with the throw. We do that from the other side. Here, here, and we'll be in this position, and then boom, we have brush knee and twist. So you could follow it up in that way. Again, the important thing here, if you grab my hand hard and push in hard, it's just not going to work. Yeah, that works. Footwork again, and I'm always trying to impress on people the huge importance of footwork. Mostly I try and impress that on people because for the last nearly 40 years of doing Tai Chi and martial arts, every single teacher I know has always tried to impress on me and every other person in the room, however long they've been doing it, the importance of footwork, and everybody forgets. So always spend time on knowing where your feet are, keep an awareness of that. It is never time wasted. Brush knee and twist. Okay, brush knee and twists. So if you have your left foot forwards, one thing you can do with brush knee is just this. Very simple. Strike comes in, there. Strike comes in, it goes past me. So here, I don't try and meet force with force because you're always going to meet somebody stronger than you. As this comes in, I let it go past. Yeah, don't just do this because it's not going to work for one reason. It just isn't. So I get myself out of the way. But you can do it as a partner work exercise just to get used to that idea. And it's very soft. If I come around here and I ram into Farah's arm, if she's been doing a lot of bodybuilding, I'm going to really hurt my arm. Yeah. This hand is just here, by the way, to cover. This she's missed me anyway. But from here, what I can do next, yeah, is I very softly take. I'm going to do this very slowly because it's quite a strong lock. I can come over to here and lock. Yeah. There. The locks are good fun in Tai Chi if you're not the person being locked up. But you see here, they don't work in any kind of real situation, and they don't even work in a kind of friendly situation where somebody isn't cooperating with you. I've only met, except again in nearly 40 years, maybe 2 people who I felt could probably have made the locks work in any kind of pressured situation, and both of them have denied hotly that they could do that. So, but what they are is a way of understanding why we do things in Tai Chi. Because that same thing here, if we'll do it slightly differently. If I was goes to push in here, I've just maybe gone to here. Her hand comes up again. So comes to there. She's pushing in on me. This hand is there, and so in the form we go to here, and then we come back to here. It's another variation on that. This hand coming around. If you come in and kick, boom, there. That's possibly going to work. Far comes in to kick. I'm going to move. I'm not going to stand there and kick me. So it looks slightly different. When we go into Strong the Loot, this is another one that people often get wrong. They're too quick to go into it. Several possibilities. One is I've tried to strike there, and I've hit a barrier, so I go over that barrier, just there and there. I see too many people going like that. It's this 1 and then 2, and you can see that forces a reaction on Farah's part. I then come back to here, and again I've got the
show the other side as well.
Yeah, just a second. I've got the control of the arm. That could be a kick or a foot stamp if her foot was closer, but she's not, so that would have to be a kick.
So if you look at where his arm's positioned on my arm.
You start from there. You hit the barrier. You go over. Come back. Notice I'm not looking. That would be a very foolish thing to do if it was a fight, but actually I don't need to look at what she's doing. It's all in the arm and the sensitivity. That's what the arms are for. Our arms are like the cat's whiskers. They tell us what's happening around us. So I just slide over. I'm going to find her face out, but she's moved her arms slightly. I'm going to move back a bit because she's got to there. There's the key. Another use for that movement, if I grips my hand, again I'm going to do this very softly. So this is a classic lock-in in all martial arts. If I tapped out, then that's fine. And it basically what it does is it puts the hand in that position, and it locks up the wrist. Well, guess what? So you do it to me. Yeah. Doesn't work. Yeah, doesn't work because I'm resisting.
Yeah.
So from here, what Farah would do is drop down. No. I'll show you. I'm here. I've met resistance. Hold a bit tighter. So what I do is I drop down and extend out. Now I can come back, and there I drop down, and now I can get the lock on in one way or another because I've programmed Farah's response. So I'm going to resist again, yeah, but flower can do forwards first.
Oh, forwards.
Yeah, yeah, if you feel it, there, yeah. What you're already pushing in there, so I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there, I'm resisting. You went back first, but
Oh, that's right.
spear hand. Spear hand, yeah, that's it. That's it. Great, you've got that. She's got the lock. Brilliant. Yeah. Because I wasn't expecting that. I can only be strong. I'm pushing there. Yeah. So that comes back. And I'm not expecting it. So these little movements that we do in Tai Chi, very subtle movements, are crucial to what we do.
Oh, we better.
Is that
Yeah, we've only got another 5 minutes of the session.
Shall we just do step back and repulse the monkey then?
Yeah. Oh, we've got 5 minutes to go.
Okay.
And then we'll finish off with something relaxing, so they can join in with something. So maybe take them for a health exercise or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so the end of the first section in the form is with step back and repulse the monkey. Again, this is a movement which, if we can understand what we're trying to do, then we're less likely to make the sort of mistakes that people make. In particular, what often happens is people are kind of flapping their arms around. So again, I'm going to get Farah to grab my hand. Yeah? And again, I'm going to move back. I want her arm as extended as possible, but also because she's pushing in on me. If she were pulling, I would do something different. I wouldn't do step back and repulse the monkey. But she's coming in. She may be wanting to punch or something like that, but at the moment she's met a barrier. So what I want to do is to make sure that I keep that barrier there. Big problem with step back and repulse the monkey is people do this. Bang. So I need to make sure that that barrier is there all the time until I'm ready for her to come in. This is why we keep in contact. I'm not just running away. I've got no control at this point. But she's already grabbed me. So my weight is forwards. I move back, but I extend my intent through the arm. So if she wants to punch me, she's got to come past that. And in any case, if I'm not looking, or if it's dark or something like that, I can't see what she's doing, but I can feel what she's doing. So the contact is very important. I don't want to stay here though, because sooner or later she's going to get through. So she's pushing in, and I step back, but my weight is still forwards. If I just do this, it's all over. So I've got to keep my weight here as I step back, make sure that foot's down. Now, if you've ever tried to open a door that was stuck and suddenly it unstuck and you fall in, that's what's happening. Again, if I let Farah do this, yeah, doesn't matter how strong I am, there, I've got the barrier. She's only going to step back, but she keeps the barrier, and that's it, step back and then
Step back.
That's it there, yeah. So I could, that's and that's what happens. That's essentially how step back and repulse the monkey works. That's the main bit about it. The other bit about it is this hand comes through there, and again, wrist, elbow, possibly, probably not, to be honest, because she's probably coming in quite fast. I just slide up the arm, and at the top of her arm is her face. So she's now, even if that hand wasn't there and she was still trying to punch me, she's still, I've still got a measure of control. So again, doesn't matter how strong somebody is, if I push in there and I'm pushing in, the flower steps back, yeah, and then she when she's ready, she lets me cut. I fall through her yonder and there. It's like there, boom, there. She pushes there. I've got to do something about that hand before I can do anything else. but she's pushing against there. She's pushing against my jaw, and there's no muscles there. So I would have to do something, and at that point, she can take control of the situation. So once again, think about what's happening. Feet, weight, hips, the arms become the expression of all of that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. So
right.
Thanks,
we'll,
folks.
We'll close off now. And then,
I'll leave you now, and I'll let Farah finish the class.
Thanks, Mike. And
okay.
then
Bye-bye.
Mike will come and show us some moves from the second half at some point when we've got a bit better at it. Right. Thanks, Mike. Right, so hope that was useful. We'll just close off with some. So we'll go through the form next week to the second of the golden cockerels. Oh. So yeah, just understanding why you're doing stuff can be quite a useful way into the form and doing good form work. Okay, let's do triple heater. So you come up the heels, go on the balls of the foot, and then you go up on the toes. And it's like this. 1. We do 3 lots of 3. 2. We'll make sure we finish properly. Sorry if we overrun a bit, but I just wanted to make sure you guys knew some the applications. 1, 2, 3. And 1 more. 1, 2, and 3. 3 of these. So nice and calm. Just feel you're connected to the ground, you're nice and centred, you're rooted, you're moving from a still, quiet place. I'll come a little closer. We'll do embrace the tiger, return to the mountain 3 times, and then polish the face, and then 2 times, and then close. Good structure. So one thing Mike was doing earlier is very good structure, very connected. And then put your specs on your shelf if you wear specs. Check your posture. Nice and relaxed. All through the body. Rub the hands together. And polishing the face. So I'm hoping this recorded. And then rub the hands together again. And give the lower back a rub, because that'll look great on YouTube. Just check your posture, so make sure you're correctly aligned. So from alignment is a way into getting properly connected up, properly joined up. And then 2 of these, breathe in, and out, breathe in. And so I do teach 2 slightly more martial classes, my Tai Chi fitness classes. We do a lot of punching and kicking and character building leg exercises. That's on a Tuesday at 12 and a Friday at 11:30. Do come along. The Tuesday one's a little more palatable. The Friday one's pretty full on at the moment, so you might want to pace yourself a bit. But it just helps with the form work, being able to understanding how the body moves. Okay, so here we go. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top. Bring your feet together and bow. Great. Cool. Right, I'll switch the... Oh yeah, it is recorded.